Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you guys for tuning in. So for this video, what we're gonna do is explore backgrounds. So a lot of times in graffiti, one thing we could do to make our pieces look a lot cooler is obviously adding a dope background. And there's a lot of ways to do backgrounds. I'm gonna do a cracked effect. I'm gonna do a sort of like splash slime effect. And I'm gonna do a lightning effect. All around my letter H. This video came out super cool. So if you guys wanna check out how this video came out, we'll be sure to put that in the description. So with my experience with graffiti, I painted graffiti for a few years now and I've done plenty of different backgrounds. There's really not, like one way to do backgrounds. There's honestly so many ways to do backgrounds. It all just depends on which you decide to choose. So let's jump into it. All right, so for this first one, I'm gonna do a cracked effect. And what I mean by that is I'm gonna do sort of an illusion that makes it look like my letter is like busting out of the wall. First thing, I would grab a black color, grab black, and then just start drawing my cracks. And what's cool about this too is there's not, one way to do cracks. I'm doing mine a little more, I guess, simpler. Throughout the years, I see it really crazy with it, always try to make it like really intricate. But I think now I sort of like a simpler style, sort of like how this H is. So what I'm gonna do is take this black, go all around the letter, drawing like the holes of the wall, and then I'm gonna show you how to draw the dimensions into the wall. What's really cool about this cracked effect is that it's really forgiving. So what I mean by that is if you just saw, I had sort of like a line going like this. Actually with this cracked effect, that line isn't a mistake. If we step back, it actually makes it look better because it makes it look like it's cracking. So one benefit to this cracked effect is that not only is it really forgiving, but if you just place it in a few areas, that's how you can make a whole background with just a few elements. I'm only gonna do maybe 3 or 4 at the most, and it's gonna make the whole letter look like it has a whole background around it. And I just wanna say thank you for all you guys that have been watching for a while and supporting me since the beginning. It means a lot. So you see, I only have 2 and it's already looking really cool, like the whole wall is cracked. So again, what's really nice about this effect is that it's easy to do and it doesn't take much paint to do it because all you gotta do is a few cracks, a few like holes in the wall. And if you do them correctly, like strategically, like surrounding your piece, like how I'm doing, I'm gonna cover the top left, bottom right, pretty much the 4 corners of my letter. And by just covering the 4 corners, it automatically makes it look like the whole wall is cracked. Just have fun with it and just wild out. Oh man. I promised myself I wasn't gonna get carried away with this. That I would do just a simple cracked effect. Pretty much, these chips are just like remaining pieces of the wall that are flying down. So like in movies and things, when you see like a wall is cracking or breaking, obviously the pieces fall apart. So these chips it's a nice little effect you could do to make your cracks look even more, I guess, realistic, even better. Now you could already see how this is starting to shape up as like a cracked wall effect background. So What I'm gonna do now is show you one more thing, how you could sort of take this to the next level. So let me just finish doing these lines here. You could already see how this is shaping up. I've only done four little spots and it's already looking like the whole background is done. What we could do to take this even further to the next step is show the depth of the wall. So what I mean by that, like how this is supposed to be like a brick background, what I would do here is go in, grab like a darker gray. Now if I go here and start creating the depth of the brick, mimicking the actual brick width, so how it would look in real life, just like something like this, by adding these gray squares and like these sort of little bits of detail right here, it makes the illusion of the cracked wall even deeper. So I'm gonna go and do these gray squares around the whole piece, and then you'll see how it's gonna sort of like amplify this effect. And by adding these little extra action lines and these little details right here, to make our piece look even cooler. And remember with this, the key is to be consistent with it. You don't want to get carried away and start adding, extra brick where no brick would be. So just be very careful, be very mindful of the placement of these extra details. Oh my gosh, this is so dope. I'm so glad that someone requested this tutorial. I'm actually so glad every time all you guys request a tutorial. I actually end up enjoying doing these a lot more than I thought I was going to. So, oh man, thank you guys. All right, so there you guys have it. Just with the black holes alone, that already gives you that cracked effect. So in a simpler way, you could just do that. If you want to take it a step further, you could add the second depth of dimension to the actual wall to make it look like the wall is, cracking. Another way we could take it even a step further for a third time is we could add a background in the wall. So what I mean by that is, you guys already know, we got the space strip, so these are already blacked out. What I'm gonna go ahead and do is, if I go around and just by adding a few dots and stars here and there, it'll make it look like the wall is busting through, and what it's busting through to is outer space. I'm gonna do all this all around, and then we'll call it a wrap. Alright guys, so that concludes it for our cracked wall effect background. Now we're going to move on to a lightning background.